Hello, I'm Dr. Stephen West. I'm a doctor of lymphology and a doctor of preventive medicine, and I'm introducing to you a new audio series called Discover Your Power Plants. This is the most powerful and advanced healing technology that I've ever seen, and it just got better. Before we do, we have to cover a disclaimer, so I want you to go to ZeroDisease.com and get that disclaimer and our caution there. Anybody who uses this technology through this infomercial is bound by the user policy there and the disclaimer found on ZeroDisease.com with a ZeroDisease all spelled out. That saves me some time. This is not for treatment, diagnosis, prescription, anything that would normally require a license. This is for educational purposes only, and as long as that's all we're doing, there's nothing anybody can do to stop us because of freedom of speech and freedom of religion. And I have to say that this is a non-secular science. It's not man-made. When you get into the science, you'll find principles that are pure laws and principles of nature that everyone can learn regardless of their religious background. Wherever we all come from, we have stepping stones that everyone can use to conquer disease and establish peace in the process. This new science has been used to help zero-convert AIDS patients before anybody thought it was possible. My father was nominated for Nobel Prizes right before he was killed. One of them was for the Nobel Prize in Chemistry. The 2003 Nobel Prize in Chemistry happened to be awarded for research on the sodium-potassium pump, which he discovered. It generates the power for cells to work and makes life possible. How many of you would like more power? When we ask that in live audiences, every hand goes up. Well, this is where the power comes from. And they name the diseases according to where those cells shut off, how it affects that part of the body, or who discovered it. So who cares what they call it? But if the cells have the power to function properly, if all the cells in all the various parts of your body have that, you'll be totally free of disease and pain for as long as you live. How would you like to know what you have to do that? It takes work. Now, if it's possible, if there's any way that's possible, we believe we have the answers. And this new technology, being the most advanced, most powerful healing technology in the world, has to do with the endocrine glands. Now, in China, they call these the 7 houses of the body. They've known about them for thousands of years. There have been a lot of books written up about them. However, our processes are far advanced from anything that anybody's ever done. It has even gotten to the point where I've been able to do instant mass healings with everybody in the audience all at the same time by transferring the information that's found in that audio series with the whole audience in just a split second, within just a moment. And I've had 100% success everywhere I've gone with the ability to do that. I only do that with permission, and I only do it live, and it's something that nobody even sees anything that happens. So people wonder why they don't see that happen on YouTube. Because it's something that you won't actually see something happen. There are some things that we'll measure with everyone in the audience who wants to, before and after, but it's not something where I'm manipulating anybody. It's a transfer of information. There are various different ways that I've discovered how to do that. I guarantee everyone that comes to my hands-on training, the CLU events, that they'll at least be able to do that when they're looking their loved ones through the eyes. But I make them promise not to share that with anybody outside of the hands-on training, exactly how to do that with anybody else. They're welcome to do that with their loved ones. I tell them only by permission. It's for educational purposes only. And there's just, if you want to get it consciously, it's in this audio series. It's the best information we've ever seen, we've ever put together, and it's light years ahead, again, light years ahead of anything else, any other healing art or technology we've ever seen. We mentioned that the Chinese call them the 7 houses of the body. And in India, they call them the chakras. And lots of people have heard about the chakras. And a lot of people talk about them without really knowing what they are and how they really work scientifically. The more you study these endocrine glands and know what they do scientifically, the more you can personalize this technology, which is exactly what we've done with this new audio series. So we have the power plants for immunity. We have the power plants for mind and memory. We have it for power stem cells, the power stem cell technique, which assists in the process, the natural divine process that already exists in our body. We're just unlocking what may have been dormant for thousands of years. We're unlocking so people can produce and transport their own adult stem cells without products or mechanical devices and update their genetic data wherever they need to do that in their body, to produce and transport these cells wherever that needs to happen. I was the first person in the world to even talk this way to my knowledge, and I recorded the first event that I did that with up in Edmonton, Alberta. But we've personalized this for babies in the womb. If you do this technique with babies in the womb all 9 months, each and every night, we raise what we call power plant babies. They've been super healthy babies that we've done this with. We've got about a 10-year track record now so far, and we've been able to see the differences between these children, what happens as these kids grow up and mature versus the typical kids. Why wait 9 months to find out if there's any problems? Now, that part of the audio series, you can, if someone's pregnant, they can just plug it in with the help of their spouse even. They can participate together, and that's wonderful, because then the father develops the same type of relationship that usually only mothers would have. So we have that. We also have the power plants for muscles, bodybuilding, metabolism. That gets into self-image. We're basically helping people not just start up here, which is where everything starts, but do everything they need to nutritionally, learn as much as possible about that, and do the best they can that way. And there's transition. We may not have gotten to where we are overnight. We may not get out of it overnight either. So it may take transition. Even if it takes 3 to 6 months to get rid of a serious problem like Dorothy Howard, who had polio for 65 years, no one could help her, and she reversed it on her own in 4 months' time. Didn't cost her a dime to do it. We say even if it were to take that long, it would be worth it. And this is the type of technology she was using years ago, only we've made it much, much better and faster and easier for people to do. So anyways, get on ZeroDisease.com with a ZeroDisease. Learn as much as you can about this. This ties into sub-pressure aesthetics also. Health and beauty go hand in hand. So we're helping people do everything they can in this area. We need all the help that we can get, believe it or not. We don't like to turn anybody away due to financial circumstances. We know it actually belongs to everybody. We urge you to help us. There's no repeat business with this. We're giving away the farm everywhere we go. We have to find new people all the time, since there's absolutely no repeat business with this program. We urge you to do everything you can. Be honest with us about what you are able to do. And just please forget about what you can't do. Focus on what you can. If you're able to come up with what we're asking, we appreciate it. We need all the help we can get. Is that fair? We originally learned about this technology from some white Native American Indians with blonde hair and blue eyes, who had kept it a secret within their family for hundreds, if not thousands of years. They had to get special permission from their entire family in order to share it with us. Perhaps the most important thing to understand is that these organs are actually power plants in our body. They send energy to every single organ and every part of the body. If any one of them is low in energy, then they'll draw energy from the others. And the Chinese believe that in order to have full clarity of thought, they all have to be on 100%. Congratulations in learning about a new option. Options equals freedom.